Hey, what's going on guys? My name is Madison Charlton from MLC Tech, and now in 2023, Apple broke the trend of not releasing the iPad at all this year. And when looking at the annual revenue of Apple, we also saw the iPad was in decline in demand, with the overall revenue of the iPad falling due to a lack of new iterations of the iPad from Apple. However, we finally have some details for some big plans for the upcoming iPad Pro lineup, with the big changes being a move to OLED displays finally, and a completely redesigned look for the iPad as a whole. So sit back and relax as we dive into all of the news around Apple's revamped iPad Pro lineup. Now, it's no secret that the iPad Pro lineup is ever so popular. In fact, I even have an iPad Pro from 2020 still in my hands to this day. Almost 4 years later, this thing has been so solid, and quite frankly, there's been no reason for me to upgrade this, as the screen is still good, the performance is still excellent even almost 4 years later, and that is a big reason why interest has declined for this iPad, as there is no real incentive for anyone to want to upgrade the iPad Pro from previous generations. Which I will give Apple big credit for, as these iPads have been so solid for so long, and quite frankly I am still super happy with how this thing performs. The current lineup of the iPad features the bigger 12.9-inch iPad Pro, which currently has a mini LED display, while the smaller 11-inch model that I have myself features the standard 120Hz LCD. But with these upcoming upgrades, Apple is expected to incorporate OLEDs on both models of the iPad Pro, which I think is great to see, as this will end the discrimination that Apple has had towards the 11-inch, and for the size of an iPad, that is my personal preference. Finally, both sizes will be worthy of the Pro name. And also, recent claims is that the iPad Pro will enter production stages this very week. Now, Apple hasn't officially said a word on the new iPad, but we can go into some publication details that prove that Apple is going in the direction of OLED for its new iPads. From the recent reports, it's noted that LG Display has recently begun production of its thin film transistor, or TFT for short, for the bigger 13-inch iPad Pro displays, but when jumping over to the 11-inch iPad Pro, Samsung will be producing the display for that. Now, if you don't know what TFT actually stands for, it's a thin layer that acts as a switch to turn on the individual OLED pixels on and off. It's expected that these will enter mass production by March. And we also have reports on a rumoured launch for these products, with it being stated that the OLED iPad Pro models are expected to launch in the second quarter of this year, which means the iPad Pro lineup could launch anywhere between April and June. It's speculated that the company could launch the iPad Pro at WWDC 2024. However, it's expected that the OLED iPad Pros will launch more alongside the iPad Air in March of this year. It's expected that the OLED iPad Pro this year will come with Apple's latest and greatest M3 chips, and some additional minor upgrades here and here, and also a complete redesigned look for the housing of the iPad itself. With it being speculated that the company is planning on a glass back for its iPad Pro with all of the MagSafe capabilities, so it's more likely the design of this iPad will mimic that of the iPhone 15 more. I just hope that Apple doesn't take the approach and put a massive stupid notch on the iPad Pro, and if they were to slim the bezels down, I'd rather they take the dynamic island approach opposed to the stupid notch that we see on the MacBook Air. But regardless of all that, the OLED display will remain one of the most significant additions to the iPad this year, as OLED holds many benefits over the many LED and LCD panels that we've seen in previous iterations. So I'm super excited to see what Apple has in store for us this year. Could the 2024 iPad finally be something worthy for me to upgrade to, or will my iPad from 2020 still be great till this day? But I'm super excited to see what iterations we have for the iPad coming this year. Anyway, that has been all of the reports and latest rumours on the latest version of the iPad Pro coming in 2024. What do you think of all the news, and are you excited to finally see a revamp of the iPad Pro lineup? Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below, as I would love to see what all of you people at home are thinking. Anyway, I have been Madison Charlton from MLC Tech. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you like this video in any way, shape or form today, make sure to give it a like and maybe subscribe for more content like this in the future. Anyway, thank you once again for watching today's video, and I hope to see you in another video soon. Goodbye for now.